This is Jack, one of the many outlaws in the galaxy, seeking for a life-changing opportunity in this settled systems plagued by conflicts of interests. After a successful bounty with credits to spend, Jack heads to the Almagus Casino to blow some steam. But this usually boisterous establishment was filled only with silence. And as Jack slowly descended down to the lounge, he was confronted by spacers, violent looters that roamed the galaxy. Gliding through the zero gravity, this veteran bounty hunter restores the peace disturbed by the spacers. While his mood was completely spoiled, Jack was able to rake in all the trophies, as well as contraband goods, as he heads to New Atlantis to sell off the spoils of war.
Our scan detected contraband on board. Halt and prepare to be boarded. All illegal and stolen goods will be confiscated.
And so Jack's adventure comes to an end before it even begins.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
But instead of being thrown into the prison cell,
stand down and prepare for immediate transport to our vessel.
he is brought to a UC Sistef vessel, the Vigilance, and welcomed by Kibwe Ikande, commander of Sistef.
UC Sistef is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. If we can get someone on the inside, we have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down.
The Crimson Fleet, the largest criminal organization in the settled systems, consisting of individual pirates, all sailing under one flag. In order to exterminate these vermin that threaten the galaxy, Commander Ikande asks Jack to infiltrate their base located in the Crick system and feed information to Sistef from the inside. Prisoner or a double agent. There was only one option Jack could choose.
Alright, let's go.
Free from the grasp of Sistef, Jack heads to Sidonia on Mars to gain the attention of the Crimson Fleet. There, Jack tries to sell contraband goods through a smuggler named Adler Kemp. But in order to gain his trust, Jack had to first do Adler a little favor.
You're going to have to do something for us first.
And Jack, with his cold heart devoid of morality, threatens the debtor to submission.
What? Oh my god.
As he pries the overdue credits out of his hands. Greatly satisfied with the result, Adler suggests Jack for a more lasting collaboration.
If you like this kind of work, I can get you more. A lot more.
To which Jack accepts the offer.
All of this just works. I read on the internet that our games have had a few bugs, and that sometimes it doesn't just work.
Heading to the rendezvous point at the moon Europa,
Looks like Adler finally did something right for once.
Jack meets Neva Mora, one of the captains of the Crimson Fleet. But before Neva could accept Jack as one of her own, she gives Jack a task to test his commitment.
There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead.
Immediately traveling to the Ragana, where Austin is hiding himself,
This is Dmitry Moldavsky, pilot of the Ragana.
Jack easily boards the ship with his silver tongue.
I do not have choice, do I? Okay, docking bay is open. Let's talk.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece.
Not even bother to ask which one is Austin.
God damn it! Open fire!
Surprise, motherfucker!
Jack eliminates all the passengers on board. And even destroys the Regana to get rid of evidence. Kibwe probably didn't expect this level of dedication, but who cares when there's no witnesses? Thus, with a job well done, Jack the Outlaw finally joins the Crimson Fleet.
The key acknowledging fleet vessel. Welcome home.
As he boards the Key, a space station previously owned by the UC, which has now fallen in the hands of pirates. He is immediately greeted by the average Crimson Pirate's quarrel of the day.
You wanted 4K, you got 4K. Not my problem.
If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
You kidding me? Way to make a mess in front of my new rook.
Hey, steal from me and get caught? Better off dead.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener. The hell took you so long? Forget how to grav jump or something?
Following Neva, who kindly gave Jack a tour of the station,
Of course you gotta pay for it.
he finally faces Delgado, leader of the Crimson Fleet.
There's our other new recruit.
So, now that we are all here, it's time to get down to business.
Delgado was obsessed with Crix's legacy, a fortune left behind by the founder of the fleet, Jasper Crix. No one was aware if Crix's legacy even existed in the first place. But Delgado could not afford to lose faith, and plans to return to where the Crimson Fleet began, to the Lock, a supermax prison on the planet Suvorov. Landing on the frozen planet Suvorov, Jack joins with Delgado's crew and pierces through the swarm of Grelobas as a squad proceeds toward the Lock.
We are in. Let's go.
However, the facility was already infested with a Greloba hive.
Now let's see. Looks like we are inside some sort of prisoner transfer area, but everything is locked down tight. Since you are such good friends, why don't you and Mathis head up to that control room and see if you can get some more of these doors open?
Accompanied by another rookie, Mathis, Jack heads to the control room to access the locked gates.
Damn it.
But the long-abandoned prison nearly consumes the two pirates.
This ice and rock must be several meters thick. God damn it, we're cut off! Hey, Del! Can you hear me? Del!
Mathis, the auspicious pirate, tempts Jack into taking out Delgado and making quick threads. But Jack had bigger fish to fry. Thoroughly running through the facility's records and cleaving through the endless hordes of Grelobas, he was able to find the recording Jasper Crix left behind in his cell.
I bumped into someone in the mess hall yapping about a ship carrying a fortune in credits. I found out the ship was a Galbank transport named Legacy that went down in some remote system during the war. I need to contact Carter to let him know it's time to get off this rock.
Delgado was right. Crix must have hit the Galbank transport and stashed away the money or something.
Hence, with crucial evidence on Crix, Jack was finally setting foot outside the facility. but was confronted by the Griloba Queen. Ambushing its prey from its burrow, this gargantuan monster lunges toward its prey. And after a long-lasting battle, Jack finally escapes from this irksome confinement. Thrilled with Jack's discovery, Delgado moves on to the next step of his plan, informing that the Terran Preservation Society is hosting a charity gala aboard Trident's luxury starline called the Siren of the Stars, and that one of Galbank's executive, Larry Dombrowski, would be present as well.
When you approach me, I'd highly advise you to choose your words carefully.
Later, attending the charity gala, Jack mingles with the VIP guests
Larry has an A-level executive rating over at Galbank,
and learns that Dombrowski had an affair with a woman named Claudia Swist.
I'm certain his wife doesn't know a thing about it.
Using this information against her, Jack learns that Dombrowski had scammed Galbank for months.
You know, this whole thing really pisses me off.
Siphoning thousands of credits into his own account. Hence, turning off the Starliner's life support system.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please?
And evacuating the passengers to their cabins. Jack confronts Dombrowski in solitary. But despite Jack's intimidation to hand over his Galbank credentials, Dombrowski's reaction was way too calm and unperturbed.
And you will listen to the facts before we proceed.
Jack wanted to just make a deal and walk away. But Dombrowski's impudence.
You may as well ask, is it necessary for the sun to set on Jemison, or for one to wear a pressure suit when entering the vacuum of space?
Seems to have excessively irritated his nerves. With a shell full of manners injected into Dombrowski's brains, Jack heads to the Galbank branch in New Atlantis. But he seems to have arrived late for the party, as the Ecliptics, mercenaries who would do anything for the right price, have already breached into Galbank's archives. Easily getting rid of the grunts, Jack searches through the files for a list of Galbank's lost ship registry. A lost Galbank transport named Legacy, and its last known location, Bannock 4. Bannock 4, however, was an electromagnetic gas giant, meaning electronics that enter its atmosphere would have their circuits fried. But Delgado refused to abandon his quest after coming so far.
I don't care what either of you think. We have to push through. Neva, the Galbank data says the transport had a CBR-27 transponder. Can we track that kind of thing? Pinpoint its exact location?
I heard that the UC's been working on a ship signal decryption system called the ComSpike. We grab that little beauty, and we'll be able to track anything you want.
While Neva heads off to figure out a way to track the ship's location, Jack returns to the Vigilance to report the current status. Yet Commander Ekande has long since run out of patience.
There you are. I'm going to make this short and simple. I heard about that little stunt you pulled on the Siren of the Stars. Opening fire on a Starliner? Are you out of your mind? I've tried to be patient with you, but my patience and your time with SysDef is at an end. You're under arrest. I expect you to follow Lieutenant Dove to the brig peacefully, or else we'll have to use lethal force.
And Jack, who was just overly immersed with his mission.
Guards, stop them!
Barely manages to escape the Vigilance. Now fully dedicated to siding with the Crimson Fleet, Jack infiltrates a UC space station, SY-920, to obtain the ComSpike module needed to track the transponder. It was obvious he was a pirate, but nobody wanted to end up at the other side of his barrel. Disguising as a UC ensign, then as a test pilot, Jack Deci is the scientist in charge of the project.
Alright, you've convinced me. You're the test pilot.
And manages to steal an entire UC prototype ship with the module intact. Continuing on his mission at the Pleasure City of Neon, Jack infiltrates Genodyne Industries' power plant, spelunking through the vents past the security. As he retrieves data on the conductor grid that will nullify the electromagnetic field of Bannock 4. Finally, all preparations are made. The Crimson Fleet now possesses ComSpike that can detect the faintest of signals, and the conductor grid to resist strong electromagnetic fields. With both modules installed onto his own ship, Jack was finally able to reach the legendary Crixus Legacy. Long abandoned and tarnished by time, the ship was home to nobody but damaged robots and the cold dead bodies of Galbank guards. As Jack slowly proceeded deeper into the abandoned halls, the ship's security protocol suddenly reactivated, deploying security robots to take out the threat. And as Jack arrived at the control center after an exhaustive battle, he was able to find the unattended remains of Crix and his final recordings. Even after successfully boarding the Legacy and stealing the creds, Jasper Crix met his fate to no avail as the ship's systems malfunctioned. But none of that mattered, because the one thing Jack wanted, a fat sack of credits, was sitting right here.
Currency transfer complete.
But then,
Multiple hull bridges affected. Structural integrity failing. Immediate evacuation required.
a sudden electromagnetic surge started to destroy the Legacy, suffocating from the fumes that engulf the halls and the explosions that penetrate through the walls. Jack single-handedly pierces through the security robots as he narrowly escapes the Legacy. But it was too early to celebrate. While Jack was returning with Crixus Legacy, SysDef has launched a full assault on the Crimson Fleet.
Crimson Fleet, this is Commander Ikande of the UC Vigilance. Surrender and prepare to be boarded. You heard him. SysDef's here for a visit. All ships, show them how we do things around here.
It was finally time for some revenge. With Jack's assistance, the Crimson Fleet takes out the SysDef ships and starts concentrated fire on the Vigilance. As Jack boards the incapacitated UC vessel, letting out all of his rage, Jack proceeds as he eliminates the UC crew on board, and finally faces Commander Ikande once and for all.
You realize that there is no way I'm going to allow the Vigilance to fall into the hands of the Crimson Fleet. I have activated the Vigilance's self-destruct. It won't be long before this ship and everyone who remains aboard are going to be incinerated.
With no good feelings remaining between the two, Jack's answer was lost that shit.
If this is how you want it to end, then so be it.
Bidding Akande farewell, and saying hello to his sweet loot, Jack aborts the vessel's self-destruct protocol.
Looks clear. Secure the area. Lock it all down.
With the bloods of countless lives on his hands, Jack has secured both Crix's legacy and the UC Vigilance, and returns to the key, praised by every captain of the Crimson Fleet, as he finally hit the jackpot he dreamed about.
You son of a bitch, you did it! You actually pulled it off!
Didn't I tell you, Dale? I told you there was something different about this rook.
Now Jack would be spending the rest of his life with all the luxury and extravagance on his well-deserved holiday. Or will he?